Within the franchise, there were a plethora of underused characters, such as Harvey, Winston, Boko, Hector, the Logging Locos, as well as many others. There are also some underused locations, such as the Three-Way Road and Lower Tidmouth. There are also some underused locations, such as the Three-Way Road and Lower Tidmouth. But it doesn't have to be someone or somewhere that's underused. It can also be something. Winston, Boko, Hector, the Logging Locos, as well as many others. There are also some underused locations, such as the Three-Way Road and Lower Tidmouth. But it doesn't have to be Winston, such as the Three-Way Road and Lower Tidmouth. But it doesn't have to be someone or somewhere that's underused. Within the franchise, there were many others of underused characters, such as Harvey, Winston, Boko, Hector, the Logging Locos, as well as many others. Such as Harvey, Winston, Boko, Hector, the Logging Locos, as well as underused characters, such as Harvey, Winston, Boko, Hector, the Logging Locos, Pastures of Strawberry Grove.
I've been waiting on this day since your big old uppity crusty butt came rolling back into town.
Pastures of Strawberry Boulder when he went along the pastures of Strawberry Grove.
I've been waiting on this day since your big old uppity crusty butt came rolling back into town.
At Boulder when he went along the pastures of Strawberry Grove.
I've been waiting on this day since your big old uppity crusty butt came rolling back into town.
At Boulder when he went along
crusty butt came rolling back into town. Crusty butt came rolling. Crusty butt came rolling back into town. Crusty butt.
Locations, such as the Three-Way Road and Lower Tidmouth. But it doesn't have to be someone or somewhere that's underused. It can also be something.
this part of the island, alone.
Locations. Along the outskirts of Ulfstead, Duncan was taking some workmen to the old boulder quarry to completely get rid of the ruins.
So Lusty stated, some boulder did this? I'd be calling his bluff. I don't know. That's cool. In a blipper. 1998. The construction was nearly complete when Duncan, I'm serious. It was the 16th of Duncan, I'm serious. Duncan, I'm serious. It was the 16th of October, 1998. The construction was nearly complete when Boulder started chasing me, then pursued Scott. Duncan? Duncan! I'm sorry, lad. What was that? I literally just explained the worth of Boulder. But it was boring! Rusty! You just blah blah blah. Boulder blah 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 chasing. You know, you've got to be a little more interesting.
This infuriated Rusty. Jack, the front loader, tried to cheer him up.
You really can't be cross with him. He just was.
Along the the tone made Jack's feelings hurt.
Right then. Oliver.
Yes?
Oh, the excavator. Now, I'd like you to go back to the yard and fetch your wrecking ball. We'll need it to knock the buildings down.
What? But Miss Jenny, with all the respect, I really don't trust the wrecking ball. You remember what happened last time? I used 3 wrecking balls, each bigger than the last, yet no avail demolishing was commenced.
But we're going to deal with small buildings this time, Oliver. Trust me, it'll work. The tone made Jack. Within the Skarloey Railway, Millie was given a special treat. She was giving tours out to some railway enthusiasts around the railway.
And here we have the mysterious boulder of 98.
The passengers gazed up into the mysterious boulder and snapped photos.
Mysterious, more like ridiculous.
Within the Skarloey gazed up into the mysterious boulder and snapped photos.
Mysterious, more like ridiculous. You shouldn't have me be frightened of some massive mineral.
Says the engine who's frightened of a ghost on a bridge.
I didn't know of the time for this.
Suddenly, the points behind Duncan were jammed, causing his train to derail. The mysterious boulder and snapped photos.
Mysterious, more like ridiculous. You shouldn't have me be frightened of some massive.
Says the engine who's frightened of a ghost on a bridge.
I didn't know of the time for this.
Suddenly, the points behind Duncan were jammed, causing his train to derail. Duncan leaked steam everywhere. And then there was trouble.
Oh, mon Dieu! Duncan, look out!
The mysterious
That's a big. Oh no.
boulder rolled along the countryside, about to head towards Percy. About to head towards Percy.
Honestly now, first Percy's side, now you, Jack. What's troubling you two?
Wait, Percy's sad? Why?
It's Thomas. He could be anywhere around the world. We hadn't seen him
for 2 weeks now.
Alfie, I know you're excited for work, but you can't have your mirror on.
It's not me! It's that giant rolling ball behind us! Not again!
Make like a jogger and run for it.
Percy pumped his pistons as fast as he could. About to head. Meanwhile, Sir Handel was waiting for him at the transfer yards.
What's taking Percy so long?
He found out soon enough. Boulder was then chasing after Sir Handel. Sir Handel was frightened. Ahead, there was a small junction. Sir Handel went one way, and Boulder went the other.
Phew! That was one powerful boulder.
Boulder?
Sir Handel went one way, and Boulder went the other.
Phew! That was one powerful boulder. Powerful boulder.
Boulder? What boulder?
Did I say boulder? I meant I will be braver and bolder on my next job. Slate is very delicate if not handled with care. Yeah.
Okay.
Phew! Powerful boulder.
Sir Handel. A bit above the valley, Peter Sam was sizzling nicely in the sun until he heard the low rumble. Sir Handel rumbling. Boulder chased after Peter Sam. But then more trouble laid ahead. Millie was on the identical track Peter Sam was on. Peter Sam pushed Millie towards safety.
Peter Sam, what's the meaning? Rolololox.
Sizzling nicely in the sun until he heard the low rumbling. Boulder Sam. At the Blue Mountain Quarry, Luke was doing some shunting until the Blue Mountain fight after what he'd seen. You might think I'd be barking.
Wrong. Luke, what's wrong?
Luke was petrified after what he'd seen.
Luke, what's wrong?
You might think I'd be barking mad. After what he'd seen.
Luke, what's wrong?
You might think I'd be barking mad, but I've seen a boulder on the loose.
What? How long has this been going on?
I don't know, but one thing's for sure. The butter's slipping away and we're good as toast.
Not quite. I'm going to stop that rock once and for all.
And that's what he intended to do. The Blue Mountain to do. He glared at Boulder when he went along the pastures of Strawberry Grove.
I've been waiting on this day since your big old uppity crusty butt came rolling back into town.
The Blue Mountain. Rusty had no idea what he was thinking. He didn't even know his next move once Boulder was apprehended. Rusty had no idea what he was thinking. He didn't even know his next...
Crusty butt
Rusty had no idea what he was thinking. He didn't even know his next move once Boulder was apprehended. Along the roadside, Oliver trundled along with the wrecking ball.
I still feel skeptical about the usage of the wrecking ball.
Suddenly, his driver saw something that nearly made Oliver fall over the edge.
Hey, Gads! Driver, are you seeing this?
Rusty kept on pursuing the boulder until it stopped along that nearly made hillside.
So, we meet again, old frenemy.
Hillside.
He's coming back again! He's coming back again!
Out! Millie, watch out!
I guess this wrecking ball really is. I guess this wrecking ball really is. I guess this wrecking ball really is useful after all.
It...
I guess this.
Workman.
It... is finished.
Your place, boulder.
Workmen arrived along the site where Boulder crashed to clear up the mess, including Duncan. But as they were clearing up the rubble, one workman picked up a piece from Boulder with a rustic piece of metal labeled 2M's. Workmen rushed over to examine the fragment. One elderly person was most beguiled. He stated that it was a property of the famous mountain climber. Now in the 1930s, before it became a quarry, the Blue Mountain was famous for rock climbers. But the most famous one was a man named Melvin Milestone. He was a daring and courageous man. No obstacle course was a match for him. One day, along the Minnesota Railway, he wanted to climb up a cliffside, even on top of a boulder. Big mistake. Big mistake. Big. The paramedics arrived, but they were too late. Melvin Milestone lied lifelessly cold. First, his body was taken to the morgue to have his skeleton structure examined. Then, and only then, he was taken to his grave. Come the following week, sculptors arrived at the same site where Melvin last climbed. They were going to carve his face to pay tribute to him. Then Peter Sam, back then called Stuart, suggested that they would carve the face